Good morning from Hawaii, everyone. I am here ready to make my protein shake, the one that has been a go-to every morning for me to push my protein intake. Remember that vegetables is one of the most important macronutrients always on your plate, but protein is very important to help you keep a healthy muscle, which is the metabolic organ. So for preventing a lot of issues like metabolic disorders, is extremely important that we focus on increasing our protein intake, and more the elder we get, the less testosterone and the bigger the muscle loss. So I just wanted to jump in because I decided to make my protein smoothie. So I want to share with you what I have been doing for that. So basically, on an anti-inflammatory diet, I use a dairy-free option. So this is coconut milk, and coconut milk is really rich in fatty acids that are anti-inflammatory but also antimicrobial. It's rich in lauric acid, which is antimicrobial. So this is a coconut milk that has just coconut and water on the ingredients label. Then other times, instead of coconut milk, what I make is my own tiger nut milk, which I have a whole reel on how to make your own tiger nut milk. If you are sensitive to nuts, tiger nut is a really good solution. Tiger nut is not a nut, it's a tuber. We call it chufa in Spain, and it's a superfood. It's really good on an anti-inflammatory diet. It has prebiotics to feed the beneficial bacteria in your gut. So making your own tiger nut milk with real tiger nuts is really easy. You can find it in one of my reels, so I'm gonna jump live in another video to do it. So basically I use one or the other, and then one of the things that has been a go-to also to add some flavor is these ginger ice cubes. So basically I'm gonna add a couple of them. I usually get like a huge box of ginger, and at the end, if I don't use it really fast, it's gonna get bad in the refrigerator. So what I did is I got the whole box of ginger, I peel it and I juice it, and then the ginger juice, I put it in ice cube trays and I keep it frozen. So it's a really easy way to use it for cooking, to put it in the smoothies, to make a tea with your ginger juice, like a go-to. And ginger is really rich in gingerol, which have anti-inflammatory properties, and is also really good to aid digestion. So always adding it to your meals is good. And then what is the protein powder? So I brought here 3 protein powders that I've been alternating. I don't like to use every single day the same protein powder, so I've been alternating between 3 different type of protein powders. And what I say about protein powder is be careful with the protein powders out there. There are a lot of protein powders that are high in heavy metals. The source is really dirty, probably they even contain pesticides, and they have a lot of fillers. So even if the last word at the end is stevia, that's just for marketing, because people don't read the whole ingredients label. So my recommendation is just to stick to one ingredient when we are buying a protein powder. So it can be for animal protein or for plant-based protein. For example, my husband is using a whey protein powder. So what you have to look for when you buy a whey protein powder is grass-fed or pasture-raised whey protein isolate. Don't buy the whey protein concentrate. Buy the whey protein isolate, because you will only have the molecule whey in there without any traces of any other molecule for milk. So that's gonna prevent you from having some reactions to that protein powder. So grass-fed or pasture-raised whey protein isolate. In my case, I don't use any dairy products. So I alternate between plant-based and non-plant-based. So for plant-based, I have been using pea protein, but when you buy pea protein, the same. Pea can have some starches that can cause some gastrointestinal issues. So when you buy pea protein, you want to buy pea protein isolate, organic and non-GMO. So organic, non-GMO pea protein isolate is the only thing that you want to see on the ingredients label. Then if you have some histamine issues and you react to other type of protein powders, one of the protein powders that it has been new in the market that seems to be okay for people that have some histamine problems is chocho powder. I don't know, you see it backwards, but it's chocho powder. And chocho powder is also a legume, so you cannot eat like a very big amount, but it has been it's a legume from it says here has been eaten for over 1,500 years in South America. You only want to see on the ingredients label as well, just pure chocho powder on the ingredients label. So always stick to the source, no matter what you wanna eat, stick to a clean source and simple. And then the one that is not plant-based that I also alternate with, and this has been a really good discovery because usually plant-based protein powders are lower in protein for the size than animal-based. So you can use also actually beef protein powder, and I have it in the refrigerator. Quickly coming back. So beef isolate. Basically the beef protein isolate, you want it from a 100% grass-fed or pasture-raised source. And this is basically made with the muscles, the joint, the collagen, and it's a complete protein. It has all the essential amino acids, and 1 scoop of grass-fed, this is grass-fed, grass-finished beef protein isolate is 25 grams of protein. So this is also really good, and it's good on an anti-inflammatory diet. And the other one, because for people that has histamine issues, beef protein isolate can be an issue because beef is the most aged protein, and that can cause some histamine reactions because it starts building protein, and people with histamine problems cannot have collagen. So another animal-based alternative that has been working, I feel really peaceful after I eat it. Actually, I don't feel bloated like I may feel sometimes when I get the plant-based protein, is egg white protein powder, just the pure egg white protein powder. So this brand Drink Wholesome, I'm gonna put the link in my resources, is like super clean. The owners also, he was tired of getting protein powder that were giving a lot of digestive issues after you eat them. So this one actually is made with that thought. It's super clean, it's real food. The only ingredient that you have here is egg whites, but they have also like chocolate, egg white protein powder or vanilla, and they are real ingredients, cacao powder or vanilla extract. So really clean. In my case, it's just the egg whites, and I'm gonna use this one today. So it's 3 tablespoons of this one. It's a really clean protein powder. So as you can see, there are options out there that you can use. I'm gonna use my frother. I'll have to put it in a blender. But then if you buy an unsweetened protein powder or an unflavored protein powder and you don't like the flavor, so what you can do, just use real food. You can add cacao powder, you can add vanilla extract, you can blend it with some blueberries, you can add some matcha powder, which is full of polyphenols, a really good antioxidant. In my case, I'm making it ginger, and also I'm adding a little bit of carob powder. So what is carob powder? Carob powder is a substitute for cacao powder, but it's not a cacao bean, it's a legume. So people that are sensitive to FODMAPs, you have to watch out don't eat too much of it, no more than 1 tablespoon per serving. But still you can eat some carob powder. So why carob instead of cacao? If you do okay with chocolate and cacao, great. But if you have histamine problems or you don't tolerate oxalates, carob powder is your substitute because chocolate is high in oxalates and chocolate also is high in histamine, so it may cause you some release, right? So carob powder is a good alternative. If you are making brownies, whatever you do, whatever you make with chocolate, you can substitute it with carob if you don't do well with chocolate. So I'm gonna add maybe half a tablespoon in here, and that will be it. So super simple, but I just wanted to jump in today to show you that it's possible to have some protein smoothies in the morning or through the day to push your protein intake without damaging your body. You have to really read the labels. No matter what you decide to eat, always read the labels. If you cannot find it clean, it's better not to eat it. That's my main rule. So always the source is the most important because it's gonna sabotage your body. And then listen to your body. Listen how your body feels after you eat. You are your best detective. So you can identify which is the best protein powder, not just based on how clean it is, but also what is good for your digestive system and what is good for your something that makes you feel good. All right, everyone, enjoy the rest of your day.